Welcome to another session of yoga. Today we'll offer a variety of options for you to make it more of a holding, stretching style, or some balance challenges. So just kind of do what your body feels like it needs today. Play that edge, the balance between effort and ease so that you get the maximum enjoyment and effects from your session. Always coming back to the breath, pausing when you need to pause, and offering yourself grace and gratitude. We're going to begin actually on our feet and do a few rounds of modified sun salutation to warm up, working towards full sun salutation. So go ahead and make your way to the top edge of your mat in Tadasana position, trying to feel alignment throughout the body, engaging muscles you need to support that, and relaxing through the shoulders, the face, the toes. As you begin to deepen your breath, you can drop the tailbone, creating space along the spine for your breath, for your energy. And then bringing palms together at heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up and over. Palms can meet. Exhale, open the arms, bend the knees, and hinge at the hips to fold forward into a very gentle forward fold. Stay here for a moment. Let some energy and blood move to your eyes as you wiggle the toes. On your next breath in, you can slide the fingertips up your shins until your torso is parallel to the mat with a strong aligned spine, belly drawn in. And exhale, both hands meet the mat as you step back the feet and hold your plank pose. Press back through the heels or release the knees to maintain that integrity through the spine with the low back not sinking or rounding. Pressing through all 10 fingertips for one more inhale here. And as you exhale, safely make your way all the way down to the mat. If you'd like to, knees can come first. I'm going to move through chaturanga arms, keeping shoulders no lower than elbows until I finally reach the mat. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, slide the palms back slightly, and draw the elbows in, shoulders back. On an inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you lift your chest, lift your gaze slightly, and hold here for a moment, inhaling and exhaling as you ground down through the length of both legs. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, release back to the mat, tuck the toes under, and press into hands and knees. Take a round of cat-cow to just feel the movement in your spine. Come back to neutral and walk the hands out for puppy dog pose. Releasing your chin towards the mat and stretching through the shoulders and chest. Continue to breathe. Adjust the distance of your hands if needed to keep those shoulders away from the ears. Good. Stay there for one more inhale. And as you exhale, press through the hands and take them back underneath the shoulders. Lift the knees and modify downward facing dog. So again, knees are generously bent. I'm checking that the knees, the feet are both hip width apart. And then we'll keep lengthening the tailbone towards the sky as I broaden the upper back. Drop the shoulders away from ears and relax through the neck. Let's pedal it out a time or two. Waking up the calves and the ankles. And then in your expression of downward facing dog for one more full round of breath. Exhale all of that out. And as you inhale, look between the hands and bring both feet forward. For that halfway lift, sliding the hands up the shins, shoulders back and away from the floor. Exhale, full forward fold, allowing the chin to approach just below the knees. Inhale, soften the knees, drop the hips so that you can safely come up with that powerful torso. Hands meet. Exhale, hands back to heart center for Samasthiti. Can modify or kind of progress along with me. Inhale, Utthita Hastasana, palms up and meeting. Exhale, a full forward fold into Uttanasana. On an inhale, make it to your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, both hands meet the mat. Step the feet back. Lower all the way to the mat. or let's do a modified Chaturanga Dandasana. Practice keeping those elbows in and shoulders stay back, never lowering closer to the mat than the elbows. On your inhale, let's just stay on the knees and move into a modified upward facing dog, where you can lift the knees, toes still tucked under, and stay here for a breath or two as you just try to smooth out the curve of your spine, keeping weight in the fingertips and back through the heels. Start to focus in on your core at the belly button. Take another inhale and exhale. Draw that belly button in and up to shift your weight into a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And stay here for a few breaths. If you'd like to twist or spin the heels over to the right side of your mat to open up the left side of your body from shoulder all the way down to the pelvic rim on the left side, and then come back through center and spin the heels over to the left to feel that same stretch on the right side. Inhale, come back to center, regular downward facing dog. Exhale all of that air out. And on your inhale, look where you're going. Bring both feet forward for that halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, safely come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do a full round. I'll do full expression this time. If you'd like to join me, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, tops of the feet and hands press in your upward facing dog. Exhale, shift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a few rounds of breath. If you feel like there's rounding in your low back, bend the knees. It's okay to do that. Spine is the most important part. One more full round of breath here. Exhale it all out. Inhale, look where you're going. Both feet step forward. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up. Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving into a modified Surya Namaskar B to continue our warm-up and blood flow. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose, hips lower, knees behind toes, heart lifting. Option of reaching the fingertips out if you feel like there's a little balance issue, like you might fall back, but keep those shoulders down. So that blood flow into the glutes and thighs as the toes relax for one more inhale, and exhale into your full forward fold, taking the knees a bit straighter. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back and lower, Chaturanga or to the mat. Inhale, Cobra or any expression of upward facing dog. Nice, exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Let's go into a high lunge. So inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, core will bring that knee to the chest and then take it all the way up between the hands. Take a moment on fingertips to power back through your left leg. If you'd like, knee can come to the mat on the back leg. Otherwise, just keep it where it is as hands come to heart. Optionally, biceps by ears. One more inhale there. Exhale, hands meet the mat. We're just going to step it directly to downward facing dog this time. For the other side, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, core brings the knee forward. Foot all the way up. Back leg powers. Knee up or down as you lift the torso up. Stacking shoulders over the hips and powering through that back heel. Optional arms by the ears. Exhale, frame the foot with your hands. This time we will step it back to plank and lower to Chaturanga Dandasana. Gliding into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And exhaling into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Few rounds of breath here. Remember, you can always lower the knees and rest in child's pose if you need a deeper rest, and join us when you're ready. In downward facing dog, we'll take one more full round of breath. Exhale all of that air out. And as you inhale, both feet will come forward, lengthening into a halfway lift. Exhale, crown of the head towards the floor. Uttanasana. Inhale, strong core brings you all the way up. Biceps by the ears in Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. I forgot chair pose. That's okay. We're going to do one more round, full expression if you'd like. Inhale, bend the knees, hips drop. Utkatasana, optional, arms by ears. Exhale, full forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, both feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You could stick with lunge, or for warrior one, Virabhadrasana A, we'll lift that right leg up. And as that foot plants, the back heel spins in, so front heel lines with the back heel. Plant evenly through the feet, and then inhale, reach the arms up. And again, just making sure both feet are working evenly, heart lifting. Exhale, hands back to the mat. Stepping back, we'll just go to downward facing dog this time. Other side, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, back foot comes forward, back heel spins in and down. Feel that back outer blade of the foot pressing as you lift your body up into Virabhadrasana A. Relaxing the toes, straightening that back knee for one more inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back. Chaturanga Dandasana, still hugging the ribs with the upper arms. Inhale, lifting the heart and gaze in upward dog. Exhale, press through all 10 fingertips, downward facing dog. Take a few rounds of breath here again, reconnecting with that rhythm of your breath. Feeling the energy flowing, your blood moving. One more full round of breath right where you are. Exhale all of that air out. As you inhale, both feet come forward for your halfway lift. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, knees and hips flex, arms reach up. And exhale, squeeze those glutes to come to standing. Samasthiti. Nice. So do a couple of typical Ashtanga flows, kind of moving through half of a sun salutation to get where we're going, all right? So let's inhale, reach up with both arms. Maybe a slight arch back. Exhale, safe forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, step both feet back. Chaturanga Dandasana, or you can just hold plank. Inhaling to an upward facing dog of your choice. Outer ankles lifting. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can follow along. We'll be turning to face the long edge of our mat. So if you need to move the camera after you get there, you can. To get there, we'll lift the right leg up high to the sky. And exhale, bring it all the way forward between the hands. Now we're going to spin the feet as we bring the right hand to the inside and start walking the hands around. So you're now facing the long edge of your mat. See if you can take the heels out a little bit wider than your toes, knees straight. Pressing through the fingertips as you think about lengthening the hamstrings, reaching the tailbone back, crown of the head forward. And as you exhale, you can flatten the hands if available and start walking them back so that the hands are in line with the arches of your feet and the crown of the head makes its way towards the floor. It doesn't have to reach the floor. And then you have to fight gravity and pull the shoulders up towards the sky so they stay away from your ears. Few breaths here. Powerful stretch for the inner thighs. Keep your thighs strong though. Next, inhalation. Go ahead and start lifting the head away from the mat and walking the hands out underneath the shoulders, and stay right there for a moment. For a little bit of a twist, left hand comes under the center of your chest as you reach the right arm up to the sky. Strong thighs with option of taking that hand over and around to find the inner left thigh. Keep the spine long from tip of the tailbone out through the head. If not already there, right hand reaches up to the sky and exhale to the mat. Changing sides, inhale, lift the left arm up to the sky. Reaching out through the fingertips, optional, taking the hand around behind and finding the inner right thigh as you move into a bit of a twist, relaxing the toes, squeezing the thighs. If not already there, left hand back to the sky on your inhale, and exhale, both hands down. If you need to walk the feet in just a little bit, we're going to come up to standing for another variation of this. So hands at the waist, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and powerful core brings you all the way up. Adjust your feet if you need to, if you're sliding like I am a little bit. All right, next expression of Utthita Parsvakonasana. Inhale, reach out through the fingertips. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind your back. Take a deep breath in, draw the shoulders down and back, straight through the elbows, gaze slightly up. As you exhale, you'll bend at those right there at the crease, top of your thighs. Arms will come overhead as the crown of your head makes its way towards the mat. And the arms really offer a nice stretch through the shoulders and chest. Sometimes it's useful to draw the arms away from the floor for an inhale, and then exhale, see if you can relax them a little bit closer to the mat. Arms are going to help us squeeze the thighs. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to waist, and you can heel toe the feet in a bit and make your way back to the top, front edge of your mat, short edge of your mat, Tadasana. Taking a couple rounds of breath there. Good. We'll move to a little bit of a strengthening balance pose, and you can just focus on the balance part. So a wall handy could be useful. Careful if you have issues with your knees like I do, so you don't go too deep or feel unsteady. But we're going to do kind of a single leg squat, essentially. To get there, we're going to place more of our weight on the left foot as we spread the toes, soften the right knee. Maybe pick something out in front of you that's not going to move to focus on, and make sure you're not locking in the left knee. You've got those muscles working. Pelvis is level. And then you can just let the left thigh, or I'm sorry, the right thigh float up. Great. You can stay there. You can tug the knee in, move the ankle. You can just focus on this stretch here. You could take the hands to the waist and extend the leg out, or hold on to the big toe. Moving into that optional single leg squat, we're going to start bending the left knee. Make sure the hips are going back so that it's a little bit safer on that knee. Don't go lower than parallel to the mat with that left thigh. Oops. And then slowly come back up. We'll do that 2 more times. So take an inhale, exhale, lower, holding it there for a breath. Inhale and exhale, power up. 1 more inhale here. Exhale, bend the left knee. Still breathing. And coming back up. Hug the knee in and release that foot to the mat. Take a moment to notice the difference between the sides. It's a really good functional training. As we get older, want to make sure we can still easily get up and down from chairs. And so this is a great way to really focus on a very functional move. Granted, you don't usually do that with one leg getting in and out of a chair, but great to strengthen one leg at a time and also see any differences in the two sides. All right, so we're going to shift our energy and intention over to the right foot. Lift to the left heel and soften that knee. And when you're ready, you can let the left thigh float up. You can stay there or hug the knee in. Maybe make a few circles with the ankle. And you can stay right there for a stretch. You can place hands at the waist with the leg out, or you can hold on to the big toe with your left hand. You can stay right there, or you can start bending the right knee. A little iffy on this side. Holding wherever's right for you. And coming up. For 2 more. Slowly bend the knee. Keep the hips back. And come up. And 1 more. And come up. Hug the knee in and release. So it's interesting to see the differences, right? In strength and balance, and maybe where to focus your attention. Take a moment, Tadasana. Good. I'm gonna move into just a little half moon. Inhale, bring both arms up, interlace everything but index fingers, biceps hugging the ears, shoulders down. Relax the toes on 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, powerfully reach both arms over to the right, creating length along the entire left side. Right here, or right hand reaches down, left arm reaches over, continuing to keep a nice smooth side curve through the spine. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, right here, recentering, realigning. Other side, inhale, reach, shoulders back down. Powerful reach with the arms over to the left. Relax the face, keep breathing. Try not to rotate forward or backwards. Stay right there, or left hand down, right arm keeps reaching. Inhale, both arms up for stretch. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's go back to the top edge of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up for another half vinyasa. Exhale, full forward fold, Uttanasana. Take a moment there in your halfway lift. We're gonna go back to a forward fold, releasing and stretching the back of the legs, softening through the neck, bending the knees if you need to prevent any strain on your low back. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale 1 more time, forward fold. We're gonna drop into Utkatasana chair pose. So bend the knees, hips are back, hands at heart center. So again, we're focusing on some very functional moves to keep those legs strong. So it's easy to get in and out of chairs, in and out of the car. We're just gonna hold this for a few breaths. If you need to, arms can be out in front. You can take them behind you if you like for a little tricep and upper back work, or keep them at heart center. Squeeze the glutes on an inhale, come all the way up. Exhale right where you are. I'm gonna turn to face you. You don't need to change at all. I'm gonna do another round with a little option. Take an inhale here. Exhale, come down. This time, if you'd like to, you can lift the heels up. Here, maybe I should stay to the side. Lift the heels up. So up on those tippy toes. If you feel any pain in your knee, decrease the bend or come out of it. And then bring the heels down, come all the way up. Relax the hands down. When those thighs start to burn a little bit. We'll do one more round with an optional twist to each side. Hands at heart center. And if you need for more stability, of course, your feet can be a little wider. Don't take them wider than hip, but hip width is fine. As you're on your next exhale, go ahead and sit back into your chair pose. Inhaling there. Optional exhale, left elbow outside the right thigh as you lift your heart up towards the thumbs and turn your gaze. Check that one knee is not jutting out in front of the other. Optional left fingertips down, right arm up, or all the way around. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands back to heart center. And let's soften into a forward fold. Take the feet hip width apart if they were not already. Just move around, sway a little bit. Connect with your breath. All right, we got one more side, so put the feet back where you want them. And start to drop the hips, hands to heart center, heart lifting. Optional exhale, right elbow outside the left knee. As you lift your heart center up towards the thumb, left elbow high to the sky, long neck, twisting, turning gently. Optional, bringing that right hand down, left hand to the sky, or all the way around. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, come back to center. And feet hip width apart, soften into a forward fold. And just sway a bit. And bend one knee and then the other. Wiggle the toes. Take the fingertips by the toes for a halfway lift. And then exhale, bend the knees a bit, open the arms out to the side, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Come all the way up, hands to heart center. Great. We're gonna move from here towards the mat through Malasana. So Malasana is a very low squat. And again, be careful with your knees. You could also use a block back there to have something before you reach the floor. You can just have a seat on the floor. And if you choose to do that, we're going to be holding Malasana. You can just hug knees into chest. So for Malasana, feet at least hip width apart. Some may benefit from toes turning out slightly or taking the feet a little wider. Try to keep the heels down throughout. And if they're not staying down, probably a sign of some tightness through your lower calves, especially the soleus muscle, where the Achilles tendon takes over. I'm going to bring my elbows to the inside, fully squatting, using my elbows to push my knees wide, keeping some weight into the inner two corners of each foot, heart lifting. And as you exhale, you can just round the back, fold forward for a moment. Nice stretch for the low back. Back to Malasana. So if you're on the mat, you could move into Baddha Konasana here and fold forward. If you'd like a little balance challenge, show you something from Malasana. So from Malasana, we're going to bring the right elbow outside the right knee, shift our energy and weight into the right foot. I haven't done this in a while, so let's see. And then lift that left leg out in front. So it's not on the mat, it's lifting. I'll try to do it from the side on the other leg. Holding there, breathing. And then bring the foot back and come back to Malasana. So a little iffy for me on this left side. That's my issue knee, but let's give it a try. And of course, I'm going to stop if it hurts or if I'm going too far, just like you should. Elbow to the outside of the left knee, your weight and intention comes over to that left foot. Toes are straight ahead. And if it feels right, that right foot will extend right out in front, hovering off the mat, squeezing the thigh, toes to the sky. Luckily, the floor is not far away if you need it. And then bring the foot back. And back to Malasana. Awesome. Let's have a seat and take the legs out in front. Finding your sit bones with strong thighs, kneecaps, and toes to the sky. In Dandasana with palms by the hips. Lengthen the spine and then draw the chin in and down. Hold that pose for a moment as you transition to these seated poses. Letting your energy and intention adjust, your energy flow shift. And then lift the gaze. Take the hands back for tabletop pose, moving towards upward facing plank. So starting with tabletop, or if you know plank and want to go there, that's fine. Feet are hip width apart, a bit of ways in front so that when I lift up my hips, my knees will be aligned over my ankles. You can always adjust. Press through all 10 fingertips, press through all 4 corners of each foot, and lift the hips. Gaze is towards the sky, squeezing the glutes a bit to draw them up so that your body from the knees to the forehead are just a nice flat tabletop formation. Hold it there and breathe. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your inner thighs to keep that part of your legs active. And on your exhale, you can release the hips down. You can take a moment, take the arms in front, circle out the wrists. We're going to do this again. And even if you can do upward facing plank, you can join me in on this. We'll do add a little tricep work. Optional. Everything's optional, really. Inhale, lift the hips up. Hold it for a few breaths. And instead of lowering all the way down, start to shift your hips back so they're more over the hands and the heels on the mat, but toes are up. And then begin bending the elbows. So it's just tiny pulses. Keep the elbows in so they're not flaring out to the side. I'll turn this way for a moment. Shift the hips back and then little pulses. Keep the chest open, elbows in close. Three more. One more of tabletop. Exhale, release all the way down. And take the wrists around, circle them out, around the back, drop the head. Next option is full upward facing plank with legs straight, or stay with tabletop. Wherever you're ready, inhale, lift up. And if your legs are straight, try to bring the ball of the feet down, inner thighs rolling towards the mat. Breathing. And exhale, release down. Nice. Find your sit bones. Legs are strong. Vipassana. Inhale, reach up with both arms. Exhale, begin by hinging at the hips with that aligned spine as far as you can. And then hands behind the legs, or the feet, or the toes. Inhale, come away from the legs a little bit, realigning. And then exhale, keep the shoulders away from the ears as you fold forward. You could use a strap also. Before rounding the back, stay at that maximum forward hinge. There'll be a little bit of back flexion, but I really want you to feel that stretch in the back of your legs. Toes to the sky. You can pull them towards you more to take it into your calves. And now for these last several breaths, if you'd like to go ahead and round the back a bit, forehead toward the knees or the shins. Again, it's okay to use your biceps, but try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. These forward bends are great for massaging the digestive organs. Generally nice and cooling and calming.
So starting to bring our energy back down a bit to move towards more relaxation, cooling off from those powerful, challenging poses we did earlier. Try tucking the chin a little bit more, bringing some energy and attention to the base of your skull. That's where they say the seat of our ego rests. So by stretching it out and bowing, we are releasing the negative tendencies of ego. So when you think about people bowing in other cultures, it's kind of an expression of humility, releasing the ego. Just surrender to the silence and the sensations. Inhale, feel the back body, those backside between the ribs really expand and open. Exhale, draw the belly towards the spine, sink a little deeper. One more time, inhale, try to fill up the entire upper body and the ribcage area with air and space. And exhale, surrender into the space you just created with your breath. Next, inhale, bring your belly away from the thighs, straighten the arms, and look up. And then exhale, release the hands. We'll go into Janu Shavasana A. So on an inhale, bring the left knee in towards your chest, open the knee out to the side. Sole of your foot right inner thigh, squaring the body over that straight right leg. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold forward. And trying to square your body, so not coming to the inside, but right over the leg. You can stay right there, or to get a little more side body stretch, bring the right elbow to the inside. You can hold on to the big toe, first two fingers on the inside, thumb on the tip, and either just take that left hand around behind you with the back of your palm against your low back for a twist, or bring that arm all the way over. Maybe find your thumb or the toe and try to rotate your body a bit through. I'm really tight on this side. So a little challenging to go very far, but just as long as you're feeling the stretch, keeping that left hip grounded and careful with your neck. Full deep breaths into any areas of tension or tightness. Just imagine you're releasing that stuck and stored energy that is manifested as tightness, and letting it just kind of turn into another kind of energy to kind of move you through your day, rejuvenate. To come out of it, you can just rotate back over the right leg and then come all the way up. Left knee to the sky, extend it out. Do the same thing on the other side. So right knee in, I'll turn to face you here. And then open the right knee to the side. On those sit bones, strong, powerful grounding to the left leg. Inhale, reach up. For Janu Shavasana A, head to knee pose, reaching forward. Pausing on your first Point of resistance to realign and lengthen. And then exhale. Again, keeping as much alignment as you can for the first few breaths, really maximizing the stretch along the back of your left leg. And then slowly breathing into your full expression. You can stay right there or move into the second option, which is coming with the left elbow inside the left leg. First two fingers on the inside of the thumb and thumb on the tip, of the big toe, thumb on the tip of the big toe. Right hand around behind, turning the neck to gaze up or reaching all the way over to find the thumb or toe and try to bring your chest kind of through the open space there toward what used to be the front short edge of your mat. Well, it's still the short edge, but breathing, grounding, really pressing that right sit bone down to get the most out of that stretch. Relax your quadratus laborum. To come out of it, rotate back over that straight left leg. And you can press up to seated position. Bring the right knee in and extend it out in front. Kind of shake the legs out. Find the sit bones. And we'll just feel free to make your way into Shavasana position and enjoy a lovely and much deserved 10-minute rest there. You can choose one of the Shavasana recordings I have with the rain or the frogs. If you need to put that off for later in the day, just come back to a seated position with an aligned spine. Close your eyes and just notice what's happening inside. Observe any increase in what might feel like a vibration or energy moving or warmth. Any change in the state of your mind, your emotional state, your heart space. Breathe in gratitude for the time and space you've given to this practice. And exhale out some gratitude to all those around you, also helping to make the space and place possible. Inhale in gratitude for all your body does to maintain balance and health. And exhale out gratitude for all the plants and animals, water, and people that offer natural ways for you to maintain that wellness and balance. If you'd like to, bring palms together at heart center. And one more breath of gratitude in and out on whatever you'd like to focus on. If you'd like to open your eyes, I am grateful for you. You make it possible for me to teach at MiraCosta and to live my passion through my vocation. So thank you. Have a great rest of your day.